All right, look live, Jarvis. It's playtime.
Hello, folks. It is Friday night. It is 8 o'clock. And on YouTube, that can only mean one thing. It is time for. Uh-oh. Okay, yes, I am on. If you can't hear me, let me know. Anyway, screwed up my own intro. That means it is time for Wrestling Gold Friday night. So let's click the intro on and let's talk about the good old days of professional wrestling. Back when wrestling was wrestling. And wrestling was real because, damn it, it is still real to us. Let go.
What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Good evening, folks. How is everybody doing this evening? That kind of sounded redundant. Sounded retarded. Anyway, that's why I am below amateur status here. Still below amateur status. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in, and those of you tuning in. Yes, I am live in a living color, baby, as the American dream used to say. Be live in living color, if you will. But yes, that's why I am. So join me in the chat, share some memories, ask questions, give some comments, or just be friendly and say hello. That way I know you're here. Also, if you're not watching this live, there is the comments below. Again, give me your opinions, make a comment, share some memories, or just be friendly and say hello. That's always a welcome as well. Hopefully everybody had a good week. Hopefully everybody's going to be off this weekend. If you're one of those people who, work weekends, hey, hope you had a good week off, or at least good, however your schedule works. Oh my gosh, I know people in retails, and I couldn't do it. Not now. Well, I mean, it's not that I do have a set schedule. It's just that I kind of know an idea of what it's not going to be, Monday night or Monday morning from 7 to 3, then the next day, Tuesday from, 2 to 12 or whatever. Then Wednesday off, Thursday 8 to 5, and whatever Friday. At least it's not like that. I don't think I can deal with that schedule, the retail schedule, like it is with some people, especially in management. Oh my God, you poor folks, Yeah, you need to go in and get your money, negotiate. If not, find find a plan B, find a new career. Yes, this is going to be a bad idea. And of course, that's the only ideas I have, bad ones. So, like we do every weekend, speaking of the working men and women in the world, it's time to share a toast to you. We made it through Friday, so cheers to all those people who made it through the grind all weekend. Cheers to those folks who are going to be working this weekend. Hats to you folks. We care about you too, so cheers. Yeah, I had Dairy Queen hot dog, so this might be a bad idea. This might not be good. And I don't have water. I have Coke from Dairy Queen. So, yeah, this might be a bad idea. my stomach might not like this later. But anyway, so how is everybody doing tonight? Let me stall a little bit. I don't have no stories this week. Nothing interesting, except for I guess there's this new virus going around, the Wanda virus, Panda virus, whatever it is. And I seen a thing on social media about being quarantined. They're like, well, or are you gonna do like you did the last, quarantine? I said, well, let's see. Last time we had a pandemic, I still had to work, but the traffic, awesome. Not having to deal with bumper to bumper traffic in Atlanta, awesome. So I will definitely enjoy that if it happens. But I think everybody kind of learned their lesson on the last one. So. But if you do decide to work from home, cheers. Stay the fuck out of my way. I mean, literally. Yeah, there's like another stupid virus going around. Apparently, people on a cruise ship or something like that. Which, hey, not to digress, but I went on one cruise, most relaxing vacation, last vacation I think I ever had, and it was very relaxing. But didn't the COVID virus kind of start from a cruise ship too, or something like that? So no cruises for me. No, not doing it. I start looking at that like if I'm like in a relationship with someone, I don't cheat because I don't want to bring back a STD and pass it along. So yeah, cruise ships are like no, not going on a cruise and coming back with some kind of funky stuff to pass around to everybody. But yeah, I mean, I've heard a little bit about this new one, but like I said, I got the name wrong, so I couldn't tell you the name. But yeah, I probably still have to work. First of all, I'm in Georgia, or I think any state. Am I crooked or just the camera crooked? But not to. I'm pretty sure. Let's just put it this way: I'm in the construction business, and I'm pretty sure a lot of project managers, a lot of developers, when the first pandemic was there, they were let's just say a lot of filled up envelopes going to all the politicians saying, "Oh yeah, we're essential. We got to keep going." Even though there was some stuff that did get, they did shut it off, like I mentioned before, in another one of these. The project I was working on at the time was Gas South District, and they was going to put a hotel right in the middle between the Cultural Civic Center and the Gas South Arena. But they shut down they still did the Cultural Center expansion. That's what I was working on, the Cultural Center expansion, the new truck running around and all that. Our company wasn't doing or overseeing the hotel. It's going to be like right there in the middle. So, but we were still the work on the expansion of the cultural center still went on, but they stopped the hotel. They're like, no, we're not doing it. Which, my opinion, like I said, I'm not smart to the business, any kind of business, but knowing what very little what know, I was like, you know what? Things are going to open back up eventually. There's going to be concerts here. There's going to be stuff going on here. So why not keep building the hotel right here where the arena is? A lot of people are going to be going to concerts, shows, hockey games, whatnot. Bring a girl with them, or bring a significant other with them. Have a few adult beverages, and be like, you know what? Since we do got tickets to the show, let's just indulge a little bit. Let's just have a few adult drinks, and walk to the hotel and just spend the night at the hotel. That was my thinking, or just people in general. It's like, look, I know I'm going to this concert here. I'm going to get shite faced and and all that. I ain't driving. I ain't gonna ask nobody to drive for me. So I'm just gonna get a hotel room and go ahead, buy the ticket, book a hotel room that night. That way I just walk to the hotel. But like I said, they stopped the construction of the hotel, even though they had the elevator pit in and some of the masonry stuff going around. That's it, and they stopped. I mean, there was a whole lot of rebar sitting on the ground still that got rusted during all the weather and rain and stuff like that. But like I said, we our company went doing the soil concrete and all that monitoring of that one. So, hey, didn't bother me. I was still doing like I said, the expansion of the cultural center and the truck turnaround and all that good stuff. So yeah, I like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of developers and stuff like that who will be at the state capitol if they was talking about shutting things down. Be like, nah, come on, we're essential. We're essential. Let us decide. Let us decide. Now, I know that some of the projects in Atlanta, like downtown Atlanta, those areas, some of those kept going, but some of those projects got delayed on purpose because they had a lot of the mask mandates and stuff like that right in the middle of town. So they're like, nah, we're not dealing with it. I mean, they would have literally some kind of health inspector or whatever, some kind of county inspector come in and make sure everybody's wearing masks and all that. And a lot of those, I've heard a couple stories. True or not, I don't know. This is what I heard. A few of those people are like, no, we're not. We'll delay this one. We'll delay this one. We got other areas where you still make money and everybody still has a job and we're fine. We we don't need to put up with this bullshit. Bullshite. Gotta say bullshite. Anyway, so that out of the way, that I did kind of stall me a little bit and it has somewhat of a story, I guess. But anyway, hello, Joe King. How you doing? And like I said, I do say hello back to people and trying to answer everybody's or reply to everybody's comments and everything. So, of course, this is how we start every Wrestling Gold Friday night. We do a Today in Wrestling History. Of course, today is May 15th, and let's see what the hell went on. Here we go. On this day in 1970 in Los Angeles, California, at the Olympic Auditorium, Rocky Johnson defeats Fred Blassie in a 2-1 or a 2 out of 3 falls match to win the NWA America's title. Not sure how many times seems like they traded titles a little bit. I should have looked that up, but on this day, and my phone is on me. It'll be fine. On this day in 1971, Red Bastien and Hercules Cortez win the AWA World Tag Team titles by defeating Mad Dog and Butcher Vachon in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Also on this date in 1971 in Boston, Massachusetts, at the Boston Garden with attendance of somewhere between 95 or 9,587 and 12,000. Depends on what paper you're looking at. WWF champion Pedro Morales wrestled Blackjack Mulligan to a no contest after a fan attacks and stabs Blackjack Mulligan during the match to set off a riot. So yes, this is a perfect example of, and it made the paper. This is actually the news article of that time. Got a picture of that. Let's see if I can read. I think I actually read the article. Wrestler Blackjack Mulligan was stabbed in his left leg, left arm, and his chest last night at the Boston Garden by a spectator. Mulligan was rushed to Massachusetts General Hospital where he was treated and released. The incident took place while Mulligan was wrestling Pedro Morales in the main event. The attacker, described as a small man weighing around 140 pounds, jumped the ring, wielded the knife, quickly made several swings at Mulligan, then the man raced up. So that's at least part of the article. And yes, this is what people, this is how much fans believed what they were seeing was not a work. They hated Blackjack Mulligan. They loved Pedro Morales. And by God, this fan took it a step further and decided to, hey, I'm going to help old Pedro out, and I'm going to cut freaking Blackjack Mulligan. I'm going to stab that SOB. And Blackjack Mulligan, of course, Blackjack Mulligan, the father of Barry Windham, Kendall Windham, the grandfather of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Of course, the father-in-law of Mike Rotunda. He was a big guy. Let's just say that. And let's see. Left leg, left arm, chest. And didn't get him. That's a bad motherfucker. One bad motherfucker was Blackjack Mulligan. But yeah, it started a riot. Highly recommend Jim Cornette's Shooter Review, where he talks about all the riots that happened when him and the Midnight Express were in the Mid-South territory. I'm pretty sure Michael Hayes probably tell you a lot of stuff because they attracted a lot of heat. So anyway, digress on that a little bit. On this day in 1976, speaking of heat magnets, the Sheik wins the United States title, the Detroit version, from Bobo Brazil. Another title in that area where two guys kind of traded off a lot of times. I actually, a couple weeks ago, I actually watched I Like to Hurt People. It was okay. A little campy, but okay. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Anyway, on this day in 1981, Mr. Pogo defeated Bugsy McGraw in a loser leaves town match. I believe he was going from Florida to either Dallas or Mid-Atlantic at the time. Maybe Portland. Maybe Dallas. I think it's Dallas. I think Bugsy was about to go to Dallas. So, of course, he's got to lose a loser leaves town match. That explains why you're not there. On this day in 1983, Tom Lawler was born. Happy birthday, Tom Lawler. New Japan Pro Wrestler, MMA fighter. On this day in 1993, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Last Tango in Tennessee in Johnson City, Tennessee. Freedom Hall drawing 1,100 people. On that card, you had Killer Kyle defeat Bobby Blaze. Tim Horner and Brian Lee defeated Dutch Mantel, bad motherfucker, and Jimmy Golden. Brian Lee defeated Kevin Silva in a Singapore Spike match. Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, seconded by Ron Wright, not Don Wright, Ron Wright, defeated Tracy Smothers, who was seconded by Tim Horner, in a coward wasted flag match due to the controversial finish. The Smoky Mountain Wrestling title was held up. Okay, the controversial finish was, if I remember correctly, so Ron Wright was interfering. So Tim Horner went over there and started beating on. I think he was on the ground either beating on Ron Wright and he caused him the flag to wave, or somehow Ron Wright got the flag. Now I forgot. Son of a bitch. Or Ron Wright got the flag somehow and ducked under it because he was in Tim Horner's corner and waved the flag. So that was a controversial finish. Title was held up after that. And in the main event, Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robbie Gibson defeated the Heavenly Bodies, Tom Pritchard and Stan Lane, to win the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team titles. And a loser of the fall leaves Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Stan Lane lost the fall. Of course, this was, at the time, his final match. I think after that, he had some matches, some fabulous ones, reunion matches. And Music City Wrestling. Then later on, some Midnight Express reunion matches with Bobby, Dennis, and himself. This a show here and there. I think after Smoky Mountain, he wound up going to the WWF as a commentator, because that was, according to what Stan Lane was saying, that was when they thought Vince McMahon's about to go to federal prison over the steroid thing. So Jerry Jarrett was brought in to kind of help things out. And he's like, well, let me call Stan Lane. I can get him to do some announcing for us and get him for cheap as well. So that's how Stan Lee got the job. And once Jerry Jarrett left, he said, according to him, he knew his time was coming, and has some parting words to Vince McMahon about his world champion at the time, Shawn Michaels. Also on this day in 1993, oops, I think, oh, never mind. That one is a little, yeah, I forgot to look that up. So scratch that. That does it for this week's Today in Wrestling History. But yeah, so basically Vince McMahon told Stan Lane that, I don't recall your career. So Stan Lane's like, really? Okay, I was in a tag team called the Fabulous Ones, which spawned off a tag team called the Rock and Roll Express, was kind of a copy of us. And of course, the AWA had a team called the Midnight Rockers, which your world champion, Shawn Michaels, was a part of. And that was a direct copy of the Rock and Roll Express. So your world champion is basically a direct copy of me. So, and I guess that didn't sit well. Goddamn, pal. Oops. Ooh, don't fall. That'd be. Uh-oh, where did... Also, let me know what y'all drinking tonight. So, Joe, you didn't have a bad week? My week went too bad. My South Carolina job got pushed back another week. So, I'll be back in Sonoya, Georgia next week. Which I'm digging it. It's fine. All right. Going to take a quick commercial break while I get my stuff set up. All right. An all right week. Well, it's better than bad. So, of course, I said this week's watch along is Wild West Wrestling from June 1987. Think we're going to have some fun with this. We might have some fun with this one. Where is that? I know I got it somewhere. I'll pull it up in a minute. Oops. Trying to look up something. All right. Going to take a quick commercial break. In the meantime, oops, let me here is the link of today's or tonight's watch along. Going to, like I said, take a brief commercial break. So I'll be back after a word from my sponsor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. If you made it this far in the video, you're having fun. You folks know what to do. Everybody says this, so let's go through the whole routine. If you enjoy it, click on that like button. Also, leave me a comment. Give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight. Ask questions, or just drop a friendly hello. That's always cool as well. Also, if you enjoy listening to a fan, just like you folks at home, talk about the sport of professional wrestling, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. Now, back to our program. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think I still got it on here. Good, so I do. Pretty sure I'll be bringing that up a lot. So whenever you folks are ready, let me know. We'll do a little countdown and crank the watch along up. Like I said, this was Wild West Wrestling. I think Frank Dusek started it. So let me. So this read right here. Long before the oil recession hit Bill Watts in Oklahoma, he eventually sold the UWF to Jim Crockett in 1987. Mantell went to form his own promotion based in Dallas-Fort Worth territory called Wild West Wrestling. Mantell continued on as a wrestler in Wild West, having notable feuds with wrestlers such as Coco Samoa, The promotion was direct rival to World Class, which still ran events in the area, albeit on a small scale than it had previous in its heyday. Wild West Wrestling merged with World Class in 1988 when Mantell became part owner of World Class after Fritz von Erich sold his highly prosperous promotion to his sons, Kevin Carey von Erich, as well and to Mantell. Wild West was kept on as a syndicated B show to complement World Class Championship Wrestling on ESPN. Wild West TV tapings, though, would become rare and often consisted of world class footage. Meanwhile, Crockett Circuit was sold to Ted Turner and eventually became World Championship Wrestling. By the early 90s, Watts was the WCW president. The new era of World Class was to be short lived, with World Class Championship Wrestling unable to reach the heights it once had. The promotion was sold to Tennessee promoter Jerry Jarrett at the request of Kerry Von Erich. Kim Montel has since largely retired from professional wrestling. His brother, Cowboy Johnny Mantell, is the current president of the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame Museum in its new location. Okay, I don't think that location's open anymore. So no real articles about World Class, just about Kim Mantell. So that's a little brief history on that. So if we're ready, let me get ready again. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And he got built. So Mark Lawrence was the play-by-play for World Class at the time. So Bill Marshall, I guess, went to Wild West, and I think after Wild West, I think he wound up. I guess he retired. I guess, or maybe did the other. I think Gary Hart tried to do a promotion as well in Texas, so he might. I think he used Bill Mercer as well. So in other words, how it's one of those. We're running out of time, folks, but we'll show you the finish. Come next week. And yes, that's Scary Sherry, Secessional Sherry, Martel. At this time, the AWA Women's Champion. Before she came to the WWF. And she was pretty good. Divine was pretty decent as well. They were both scrappy. And Divine, of course, was the former AWA champion. She was the lady that Sherry Martel defeated for that championship. Oh, look, their headlights are on. Sorry. Sorry. Uh-oh. Sorry, folks. I'm a guy. I do know these things. Hey, Foot Locker, she was trying to use the ropes there. And yes, I don't know if they sorry. Um, and they just said, yeah, they did their TV tapings at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, Texas. If that is that place even still opened? Apparently it is. Billy Bob's in Texas. There it is. Yeah, it was called the world's largest honky tonk. 1,000 square feet of interior space and nearly 20 acres of parking space. A drop kick on the butt. So yes, I had. If you ever seen the movie Over the Top, Baja, Oklahoma, or Necessary Roughness, that uh, that was if they had the bar scene, that's where it was. The Billy Bob's in Texas. Anyway, I just sorry I didn't mean to chuckle a while ago, but speaking of things bouncy, looks like Sh- Sherry Martell was a little looking a little bouncy there. So yeah, we get a ref bump, Boston Crab. It's not a pinning combination, dude. It's a submission. She's tapping. Oh, she grabbed the rope. Yeah, women's wrestling has come a long way since then. Since at this time. And again, I mean, it's one of those deals where yeah, Sherry Martell was decent, or was good. King Divine was decent, but uh, I don't know how well they would do against an Asuka, a Io Sky, a Rhea Ripley, a Charlotte Flair. Well, you got to understand this is 1987 too, so they're kind of keeping it very basic. And of course, the referee here has probably gotten more action in the last, I say, in the last 7 minutes than he probably did his whole life here. Yep, there's Sherry being bouncy again. But the outfits, I guess, uh, as best they can, holds things together. better support, so they won't be as bouncy. That is probably painful to the hair, to the head. Short clothesline. That's gotta be it. Martel got the foot on the rope. Uh, Candy, you're a slow learner here. You're, you got a little bit of roots there. The blonde is sinking in. You gotta quit having her that close to the ropes. Oh, they get double knocking. Her foot's on the rope. The hell did she do that for? Oh, going for a high risk maneuver here. And that's why they call it high risk. And held the bathing suit for the 3 count. Now, kind of watch this. I'm wondering if they. Well, I guess not. Never mind. Now, I will say, Sherry Montiel. We went to a WCW TV taping at Center Stage. She was a lot more attractive in person than she was on TV. Who's this? The new sport? I think the new spoiler here is I think it's Jeff Gaylord. And who do you say is opponent again? Lanny, the African Tiger. Big old son of a gun here. Oh, he went to the University of Georgia. So this might be the new spoiler, nowhere near as good as the old spoiler. And like I said, I think this is Jeff Gaylord. And Jeff Gaylord, big dude, had a good look about him. Man, he just seemed, every time he cut a promo, it's like something's a little off with this guy. Or every time you see him, it's like something's a little off about this guy. And I think come to find out, after he left wrestling, he had a extensive criminal career. Um, Yeah, he robbed a bank in Aurora, Colorado of $5,000. Robbed the same branch. 2009 attempt to rob another bank, but released from prison in 2015. Yeah, he kind of had it rough. He wound up passing away in 2023. Nah, like I said, he something was like a little off. Yeah, he almost like a little bit bigger version of Apollo Crews. Even though Apollo Crews is freaking jacked. Big old flying headbutt. Mexican ladies match. But then, are they wearing a mask? She is Gatu Vera. And she wears a mask. La Sirenita. And I already forgot the other lady's name. So, if I remember correctly, the loser of this match, the loser of this match has to go make a sandwich. The loser of this match had to go make the referee a sandwich. Go back to the kitchen, make. That's it. Oh, excuse me. This was I apologize, folks. I do apologize. This was two Mexican ladies, so therefore, the loser of this match had to go back to the kitchen making tamales. Yeah, it almost looked like there was probably just a small person. I'm pretty sure both these ladies, being Latino women tend to be short, so they're probably about no taller, about 5'5", if that. So yes, none of these women want to go back to the kitchen making tamales, so therefore they're going to give it their all here. And right now, Senorita's not faring too well here. Oh, reversal. She's like, nope, no tamale making from me, Senorita. And probably one of the worst clotheslines you'll ever see. But yes, these women don't want to go back to the kitchen making tamales. Now, granted, both these women probably two of the greatest tamale makers in the world. I mean, if you had one of the tamales, you'd be wanting to probably marry them. I'm pretty sure there's a reason one's wearing a mask, but still, should have keep the mask on during the marriage. and make you tamales. And she don't want to lose that weight. She said, "Look, if you're gonna beat me, you're going to beat me." Oh, look at there, little. Oh, look at here, little luchador. Okay, it didn't quite pop that off. Oh, oh, oh. They're trying. Trying to do some old fashioned or some lucha bullshit here. That's what I'm trying to say. Are we going to say a dive? Come on, dive. Oh, ref, you better move out of the way. Ref is like, look, you've scared of me like that again. I'm gonna make sure you be making tamales. Burrito. They said we don't do lucha. They attempted. I give them I give them credit for trying. I mean, come on. Like I said, none of these ladies want to go back to the kitchen making tamales. And the cat lady's like, nope, it's bad enough. It's bad enough. I'm the cat lady. I don't want to be in the kitchen making tamales. Yes. One's wearing a mask. I mean, well, the unmasked lady, she looks Mexican. But like I said, their forte is making tamales. They're fighting for their future of not being sent back to the kitchen and making tamales for the referee, for the boys, for their husband, or whoever's husband and kids. They want to escape that life, be in the kitchen, barefoot, pregnant, making tamales. Oh, there's a bro kick to the arse. Of course, dude, look at that. They're from Mexico. They're no selling. Nah, man, I have on good account. I looked at Dave Meltzer's report from this show, and he said yes, they're both from Mexico, and they both are world renowned for their tamale making skills. And there we go, sunset flip, 1, 2. Cat lady's like, no, senorita, no, going back to the kitchen. What the shit? This ain't gonna be good. Oh, she say what? Look at that. We got a dive and a kick out from the dive. That looked like a slow count there. You and the cat lady have been flirting with each other. What we got here? That might she might. Hey, that's might be a tap out here. Nope, she slipped. See. And what's wrong with sloppy joes? Damn, now you got me wanting to make homemade sloppy joes. Not tonight, of course. Sunday. There goes the cat girl. A big boot to the belly with going straight to the top. High flying move, high risk maneuver, and by golly, like I said, that's how it. Oh, the tamale clutch. The tamale clutch. She couldn't. Yep. She had no choice there. Middle of the ring, trapped in that tamale clutch. The burrito wrap. So, yep, poor cat lady. She is going back to the kitchen where she belongs, barefoot, pregnant, and making tamales. And yes, I went ahead and knew the results of the match because I did read Dave Meltzer's report on this match. So, we got a mixed tag team match for the main event. Iceman King Parsons. Because Mama says it bees that way sometimes. Have mercy. Nope. Cat lady. She had retired after this match, going back to the kitchen, being barefoot, pregnant, and making tamales. So it's Iceman King Parsons and Sherry Martel going up against, which I already know. It is Lance Von Erich and Kenny Devine. And of course, and and yes, if you haven't noticed yet, they're just calling him Lance or the Fabulous Lance. Drop the Von Erich. He was no longer Von Erich. He's just plain old Lance. The Fabulous Lance. So basically, there was a little argument about money. Lance wanted some more money. Fritz was like, "Nah, not gonna do it." So that's why Ricky Vaughn, or I think what's his real name again? Yeah, I know he wrestled as Ricky Vaughn in Portland. I always call him Ricky Vaughn. Rick the Wild Thing Vaughn. He also pitched for the Indians. Just kidding. Yes, yes. Just because it happened in Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, Texas, he thought it was a Tokyo Dome. That's the reason he gave it 5 stars instead of 3. The ref is insisting on checking on Sherry Montel. Look at there. Iceman's like, nah, you ain't doing that today, brother. Because Mama says it bees that way sometime. But yeah, there was a basically an argument about money. So Lance quit, came here. They did a kind of expose uh, Fritz von Erich. Kind of exposed, saying, "Oh, Lance deceived us. He's not a real Von Erich." Ricky Vaughn. And yes, if you watch the movie The Iron Claw, Lance Von Erich was portrayed by Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. And as ripped as crap, what's the guy's name? Uh, Zac Efron. After he got built and had the hairdo and all that, he looked more like damn Lance Von Erich or Kerry Von Erich than he did Kevin. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't think of his name at first and how quickly look it up. But he actually did a pretty good job in that movie, though. Dang, Kenny Devine does like doing the drop kick on the arch, does he? Oh, got it. Now we get Lance Von Erich, Ricky Vaughn, wherever you want to call him. The fabulous Lance Ricky Vaughn. Ref, I think there's some hair pulling there. Iceman, look. Say, look at here, you Rudy Poo. So kind of just reading up on some people. Actually, Ken Devine once had a relationship with professional wrestler Tom Burton. Tom Burton wrestled as Beef Burton, Tom Davis, with his brother Mike Davis. I think he was a Dirty White Boy as well. Team with Tony Anthony for a bit, but they were actually on divorce court, and Devine has sued Burton for running over her cat, and was rewarded. I think 200. She sued for $630, but she was rewarded $280. But they wound up reconciling, and before he died in 2010, Devine would actually pass away in 2022. She suffered from a number of seizures and dealt with a spine injury. Oh, we got up here. So that's not the new spoiler. That's the outlaw. Yeah, for a while there, that was like the popular design of the mask. You had the kind of the mask and the like the headband with the eyes through it. I think it was first used by a tag team called the Shoguns. But earlier, seen the new spoiler wear that mask. I thought they were kind of cool at the time. So we got double match thrown out, double disqualification. So yes, Solomon Grundy there. He had a little bit of shot of popularity in the Texas territories, but um, I don't think he stuck around too long. And no, I could not find that episode he was just talking about of Wild West Wrestling. Uh, it's almost like this is the only episode I could find on YouTube. For whatever reason. But yeah, there you go, Wild West Wrestling. If anything, kind of entertaining. Got to see two women's matches, and like I say, El Senorita at the time did not have to go home, go back to the kitchen where she belongs, making tamales. Just kidding, ladies. Hence this. Um, and I can tell you right now, I couldn't tell you what happened to either one of those ladies. That could have been their first and only match. They probably had to go back to Mexico after that to So y'all need some more learning. So back to Mexico, y'all both go. I'm assuming. I think they were trying to do some luchador stuff there, but it just didn't work out. Unless one of them was Mexican and the other one was American, and she was like, "What the hell's going on here?" But hence why she was having to wear a mask, so you can tell that she was from Mexico. Mexico. But anyways, so what's your thoughts on? Like I said, it wasn't a long uh territory or long promotion. Lasted probably about a year. Even with them merging with um World Class, they barely showed any kind of. They still had the Wild West Tag Team Champion. I think Simpsons was the champions, and they unified them with I think John Taylor and Jack Victory might have been the world class champions, and they had a unification match. Taking some of this stuff off here. But yeah, and that's about. I mean, I remember watching it. It was on. It was on Superstars of Wrestling, and I think there was like a little Friday wrestling block. I think on WATL 36 or 69. And Wild West Wrestling was part of that block. And I was like, Um, kind of confused by the Fabulous Lance deal, because I was like, why they just call him Fabulous Lance, not Lance Von Erich? But I learned later on why. Because some things you catch, but some things you miss. Or some things just kind of you heard and you watch so much wrestling at the time, you just don't think about it. Like when Fritz, well, I think wasn't really Fritz, it was Kerry who got on the mic and announced that, hey, Lance Von Erich ain't one of us. He's not a real Von Erich. He's Ricky Vaughn. That line, motherfucker. He lied to us. He said he was Waldo's son. I was like, wait a minute, Waldo didn't have no sons. Or did he? Must have been an illegitimate son. But, I mean, this is part of the deal where World Class is starting to lose. You know, you had Davis passing, and then you had Mike's passing. Kerry getting in the motorcycle. Remember, the only thing fans knew at the time, Kerry was just in a motorcycle accident. We didn't know till the internet that he had actually lost his foot in that accident. And I think, do I have him? Don't think I do. I don't think we ever showed any kind of World Class or WWF of Kerry wrestling when he had the prosthetic foot. We might have. Can't remember. Can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look back on that one. I can honestly say it definitely, Wild West was definitely not one of my favorites. It was kind of cool seeing, because I do remember when Jack Victory and John Taylor teamed back up, and I thought that was kind of cool, but it wasn't like I was like this huge John Taylor and Jack Victory fan. It's like, oh, they finally had some people, you know, because I knew John Taylor was in a car accident. I didn't know the extent of it, but I was like, okay, cool. He came back, you know. He was able to come back. Man, I got like so many freaking messages. I'll look through them later. But like I said, it was short lived. You kind of see why. And they was having to use, I don't know if they was trying to, I can't remember off the top of my head. They try to, if any of the tag team champions at the time of AWA or the world champion, either Kurt Hennig or might have been, no, I think 87 Kurt Hennig was a world champion, so I don't remember him coming to Billy Bob's and wrestling for Wild West. Like I said, it was a short promotion. Didn't last long. Um, but but next week I have no idea what we're gonna watch. See, I'll find some obscure shit. I mean, I do remember watching it. I do remember, Lance Von Erich coming in as the fabulous Lance. I think Savannah Jack wrestled a little bit there too. Again, he really didn't last that long. Hello, folks. Gosh, I need to get I need to get a bigger desk so I can. Actually, I need to get a new desktop. That way, I ain't gotta have my laptop on here, and I can have some room. Let's see here. Let's see here. Trying to think here. Where can we go next week for our watch along here? Gotta make it up to my fans here of what we can see here. Let's see here. Ah, crap. Push the wrong button here. Da, 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 da. There we go. Oh, they got a new Omni footage. It has God, who did it have? Had Larry Zbyszko and Paul Orndorff in the main event. I think it was like 82, 83. So AWA we done seen. World Class a couple times. Smoky Mountain, Memphis. It's been a while since we've been to Memphis. That was in 87. Yeah, we'll think of something. Anyway. Uh if I could find that, I will. I mean, some things it's not as easily to find now, especially when WWE owns everything. And I stand corrected. I fi- I found some shit. I have found some stuff. Let's see. So yeah, we'll do that. ECW 1993, or when it was called Eastern Championship Wrestling, under the watchful eyes of one Eddie Gilbert. We'll plug that in. So next week it'll be ECW from 1993 when in 1993, I don't know. But we'll definitely been watching. I've actually been watching Memphis 1984. That's what I've been kind of watching lately. Or I say watching. Not really watching, just having it background noise. Like when I sleep and stuff like that. I find that useful. That way I hear all the bumps and knocks and everything in the hotel room, just have some background noise. Now, do I sleep soundly? No. Nope. I still do my, what some call, I sleep at intervals. Oh, I'm missing here. But yes, definitely don't mind. Probably going to see if I can find some more obscure wrestling territories, wrestling shows. Okay, that doesn't always turn out great. Like Wild West. I mean, it, I, it was okay. It was not good at the time, but I kept missing it, so I thought I'd play one. And we sit here, we have fun with it. That's what's important. We sit here and we have fun with it. And I'm pretty sure we might have some fun with the Eastern Championship Wrestling in 1993. Um, and I would love to play some more stuff from like the 70s, but that's what's very hard to find on YouTube is any kind of wrestling from the 70s, unless it's WWF. Well, I thank you. I like I said, we get this. Like I said, beginning, we're going to have some fun with this one. Oh dear. Yeah, I got to put in my 2 cents on stuff. Um, uh, trying to find it. I'm kind of speechless right now. I'm like wide awake a little bit. Um, the hot dog and beer hasn't came back and said, "Look, that was not that was a very bad idea, but it's not affecting me yet, so that's good." Yeah, I need to go back and watch Smoky Mountain Wrestling too. But yeah, heck, that we was just talking about earlier that let me see here. Hold on.
Business might pick up here.
No, it's not about to pick up. There we go. Uh, yeah, Smoky Mountain's pretty good. Uh, we might watch that later on too. The South Atlantic stuff was pretty good too, but I gotta figure out. See, I need I need to kind of go back and see what we watched before, because I'm very bad at not remembering what we possibly watched before. Because sometimes I'll like go through stuff and I'll try to pick out something good to watch and something we can have fun with as well. Um, but sometimes doing that, I forget which one I actually use for the watch along. Uh, so I kind of gotta go back and see what we watched and stuff like that. And but yes, like I said, next week's easy choice, ECW 1993. I was, because I don't know if y'all remember the okay, before ICW was just the one where they kept playing Vic Steamboat versus Tony Atlas every week. They had different shows and stuff like that, and I was trying to find something with that, but a couple of the ones, the I guess they use a VCR to, however I guess plug up a VCR somehow to the, and download it from the, or use it, or put it from VHS to disc to download it on the computer to YouTube. And I think the tracking was kind of bad from what I've seen on some of those. A lot of those with the southeastern stuff too. A lot of good southeastern stuff that was on there, but the video quality is not like the best. But maybe one day I'll just say, hey, quality's not the best, but I think we can figure out what's going on. We'll just watch it with our scrambled cable TV eyes, or the scrambled Cinemax eyes. But yeah, I remember. Yeah, we talk about Blackjack getting stabbed. That's man, that's the thing about it, man. Back in those days, people freaking believed it. And I read Ollie's book where he got stabbed. I mean, he watched some. Go back and kind of watch it now, like from '86 or whatever. And every time he lifts his arm, you can still see that scar, even on WTBS at that time at his age. The scar was still there. Yeah, I'm trying not to repeat too much stuff on here as well when we do the watch alongs. But yeah, then on the Tales from the Territories, I wish I'd do that again. Those are actually pretty good. I mean, I guess because they went through really all the major ones. Did they do Crockett too? I can't remember. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Because I think I did a video on all of those. I think I did. I might have missed Miss South. Did I miss? I know what. I forget. I gotta go back and look it up. I might have watched the one on Miss South, but I probably did not make a video of it. And which at that time, yeah, probably wasn't really missing much. Not saying I'm great at this right now, but at that time, everything was still kind of a lot more shaky than it is now. Let's just say that. But trying to improve every day. Every day. But yeah, yeah, I kind of just run out of things to say now. So, guess I'll just call it a night tonight. It's good because I do got some work related stuff I got to get done. Get ready for tomorrow. Get ready for the week next week. Yeah, the South Carolina job is pushed back for another week, so it is back to Sonoya, which ain't too bad. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do as far as travel. Am I going to just go Sunday afternoons or Fridays? I guess I think I did toy with the idea of just not doing one not doing a live stream Friday on Memorial Day weekend, but obviously you can tell I basically forgot I said that I was going to do that, so I'm going to do one anyway, obviously, because we just discussed, hey, what am I going to do next week? So yes, I'll be here next week, of course, and Thursday to do that. Is there? I need to look up stuff. I know Double or Nothing's next Sun. Interesting. Is Double or Nothing next week? Where is the Google machine? There we go. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Double or Nothing is next week, and I don't have to work that Monday. I might have to check that out. I'll let everybody know if I'm going to watch that pay-per-view next Sunday, or get the pay-per-view next Sunday, which means bring plenty of snacks. Just because we get dinner this time, you might get hungry later on because they like to overdo it a bit. Because that's where the best wrestle. Now they got some good stuff so far. Decent card. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong button. Right button. Here we go. Da, 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 da. So you got Okada versus Takeshita for the international title. You got FTR versus Cage and Cope, and a I Quit match, or is it I Quit Street Fight, whatever it is. You got a Stadium Stampede, which means a bunch of bullshit. Got a 4-way for the AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla, Sheeta, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. Samoan Joe versus Will Ospreay for the in the tournament match, Owen Hart tournament match. Banditos for Strickland, another Owen Hart tournament match. Women's bracket got Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor. And you got so far the main event, Darby Allin versus MJF. The AEW World Title versus MJF's hair. So it was a decent little card there. Not bad. Not bad for AEW. So yeah, I'll let people know if I'm going to check that out or not. And of course, I was kind of planning on just having a lazy weekend, but next Saturday, for the first time, I am going to a rodeo. I have never been to a rodeo, but next Saturday, I'm going to a rodeo. Yeehaw. Yee motherfucker haw. That should be fun. Like I said, I've never seen it. I've seen it on TV before. It didn't look like it wouldn't be, fun to see live, but why not? Should be alright. Gonna be in Hiawassee, Georgia. But anyway, enough about me and all that. Like I said, gonna call it a night tonight. Appreciate everybody checking in. Like I said, yeah, my brother invited me, so I thought, why not? I'm probably gonna stick out like a sore thumb. 'Cause I have no cowboy boots. I don't have no cowboy shirts. I got just regular breeches. So I guess I got that going. Regular Levi's jeans. You know what? I got a camouflage. I think I got a camouflage Wayne Davis concrete hat and a camouflage uh Thomas concrete hat. Oh, I actually got a camouflage Napa hat too. Baseball cap. So I'm pretty sure that I can wear one of those and be all right. What else? Let's see. I can't wear my 4th of July shirt. It's Memorial Day weekend. I guess I wear my patriotic shirt. So I'll be fine. I now I will have to admit, I have rode a mechanical bull before. Remember that bar used to be in Athens, Country Rock or something like that? I think it was. Um, well, between a mechanical, there's a difference in what? Wayne Davis and Thomas, yeah, two different concrete companies. Trust me. Uh, should I say this live? I don't think anybody is watching this. The clothes. Well, I imagine they like most cowboys wear like I don't know, the cowboy shirts with the button up shirts, camouflage. Yeah. Well, I don't have a cowboy hat. That's what I was saying. I don't have a cowboy hat, so I'll have to wear a camouflage cap. Well, I know, but mm, it's kind of redneckish. And plus, I mean, I wouldn't. So I got this big melon head, and it just don't a cowboy hat on me don't look right. I tried. Well, I tried some on and looked in the mirror and was like, nah, this don't look right. So it'll be just a camouflage ball cap. Camouflage ball cap. You know, I mean, I do got a button-up shirt, but it's like a something you might want to wear. It kind of goes along with my not really suit, but it's a dress shirt, like something you wear for a job interview. And like I said, I don't have cowboy boots either. I have casual boots, but I don't have cowboy boots. But I'll be just fine. I'll be fine. I'll be okay. And for anybody asks, no, I don't have a red hat either. I don't have one of those red hats. Never bought one. Need a button. I don't have that. No, I don't have none of that. button up butterfly collar with the Western wear whatever stripes crap on it. No, I don't have none of that. I ain't buy, I damn sure not gonna buy anything. That would require me buying something. Okay, especially clothes. I don't. Cool. Um, that's still that still would require me buying clothes. No. I don't know. I got a funny thing. I know Goodwill probably washes them and all that and disinfects them and stuff like that. I just got this thing about wearing. I don't know. I know it sounds gay, but it's like yeah, I don't. I definitely don't have anything with a big old belt buckle. No, okay. I will not. I will not phantom that for the mere fact that I've actually met people with the big belt buckles who did rodeos or did cowboy shit for real and earned those big belt buckles. So no, out of respect for those people, I would not do that. I would not go to Western wear or whatever and and get. I mean that'll be to me that'll be like. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to make fun of some people, but it's kind of like I wouldn't go get uh a WWE replica belt and wear it around. That's how I feel about the big cowboy belt buckles. You didn't earn it. First of all, I didn't earn it. No, and it's tacky. It's tacky. But yeah, it's like even at a WWE wrestling independent show, I would not wear a replica belt to a show. I don't even have none of. I don't even own a replica belt. Not that I haven't fathomed, thought about buying one and maybe go to an autograph signing, get them to autograph it and put it in glass somewhere. But no, I haven't. I don't own any kind of replica. But that's what the big belt buckle, cowboy belt buckles is in that same category, wearing a big replica championship belt. I'm not doing it. Sorry if I offended somebody. That's just my opinion. Do what you want, but that's not my bag. I ain't doing it. And like I said, I've met like a couple people who, did the stuff, you know, small scale stuff, but they earned that big belt buckle, and I'm like, no. And and people who like actually worked on farms and stuff like that, and wear the big belt buckle as dress. I ain't, I'm not that dude. I'm not. I haven't worked on a farm, so no. I haven't earned the right to wear a big belt buckle. Not doing it. Nope. Nope. I haven't watched enough Yellowstone I haven't even watched enough Yellowstone to earn the right to wear a big belt buckle. I haven't even watched the first full seasons of Yellowstone yet. I've got to one part and I just can't go through it. I guess you got. I guess that's why it worked well as a week by week series. You can't just. I can't binge that. To me, I just can't binge watch it. Now, Justified, you can binge watch. If you have Hulu or whatever, or a enhanced Amazon Fire Stick, I'm telling you, check out Justified. That is a great show. Or that was a great show. Or I can, just wear this hat and say, yeah, it's my YouTube channel. Watch the last, go up to like an hour and a half and press play, but do it after I leave because I might piss you off. But no, it should be fun. I mean, I watched it a couple times on TV. Way long time ago, I watched it on TV. I think I was probably in middle school when I watched it on TV. I think I flipped around one time and seen it on TV, and they wear helmets now, which I understand, concussions and stuff like that. Now I've never seen a movie at Second. I heard it was good, but this wouldn't. Again, this wouldn't. Nothing I was really interested in. I mean, I feel bad about the dude, but And trust me, when I was in high school, that movie is pretty popular. And I'm trying to think. I don't think maybe one of the females I was seeing in high school probably would have wanted to, but I think by the time I was seeing her, I think it was kind of not the thing no more. By the time me and her was seeing it, she probably done seen it like 1,000 times, and never did get it brought up. The girls before her, they sure as hell weren't interested. But no, it should be fun. I'll give you a full report next week, even though I'll forget. Definitely ain't gonna write no names down, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it should be fun. But anyway, so yeah, concluding with that, I will be signing off now. Hopefully, everybody has a great weekend. Be back here next Friday for Wrestling Gold Friday night. Don't forget, I also do a Thursday live stream called Live or Spot Show live stream. Check that out. Check out one of the clips from the from last show. I kind of asked a question. Okay, I'm digressing again. Last weekend I watched Unscripted. Is that the name of the WWE Netflix show where they go behind the scenes? I think it's called Unscripted. Anyway, I watched a few episodes of that. I watched up to where they re-signed R-Truth, and he came back. So I was kind of watching that, and I'm like, huh. Maybe just and like not to repeat the video, go watch the video, watch the clip, it's on there. But I said it wouldn't surprise me if this whole New Day thing about them, TKO and WWE wanting New Day to restructure their contract for half the money, what surprised me that was kind of a work, and they come back as I mean, if they come back, they'll be baby faces. They'll be cheered. So they, even though they were, they turned hard heel on, Big E, didn't attack him or anything. Just told him, get your ass to a desk where you belong. But they turned on Big E and then turned heel and did some dastardly deals, and then of course, they won tag titles, then lost, and now they're gone. It's like, okay, what else can we? I guess we got at least bring her back as baby. We want to change some baby faces, but we just don't know how, for like no reason, turn them baby faces. So they probably do it. It wouldn't be, in other words, it wouldn't surprise me if they done this whole thing just to bring them back to turn them baby faces, if that makes sense. But anyway, yeah, check out the video. It's a little more direct. Put your comments on there and everything. But yes, check out Spot Show live stream every Thursday, 8 o'clock. I do recap videos as well, Raw. Actually, I do the AEW Dynamite recap live in front of a studio audience, didn't I? Clip that and share it individually. But yeah, check out all my stuff. Share it with friends. Tell your friends about it. Tell them to come along. If they like to shoot the shit about the sport of professional wrestling, this is the place to do it. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.